Tim, I don't know if you know this, but Josh is involved in like an Instagram death hoax, but it was major news, right? Everybody
Yeah, it
covered
was
Well,
yeah,
it was like a
worldwide.
big deal.
Yeah.
What was that? I think I asked you about it, but I forget. What was that all about again?
It was someone hacked my account and posted that
Like Shannon Sharp, you got hacked?
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I don't want to see that, but I heard about it and posted that I had died, and TMZ and 10,000 other places posted that I was dead. And
are you dead or are you alive?
No, I'm definitely here.
Okay, I didn't know. Maybe you're old, because I thought maybe you posted that because the old Josh died and now you're the new Josh.
A lot of people have been interpreting that
That's how
the
I
death
kinda
of the
interpret
gendered Josh, and now I'm trans, and that's just a coincidence that happened. But I guess you could see it as my rebirth, kind of like the phoenix, and
You're rising out of the ashes.
Yeah, but I'm very happy.
Are you happy? That's a very important question. No, let's be real, because now you're on Tim's show. Obviously Tim is a big platform. You're getting millions of hits upon millions of hits, and I know what that feels like. It does feel good to go viral, but sometimes you go viral, then you're like, I need to go viral again. I need to go viral again. It kind of puts this weird pressure that I didn't expect once I started to gain, I guess, more popularity. But are you happy with your life at this moment?
Yeah, I feel very fulfilled. A lot of my life I struggled with insecurity, whether it's financial insecurity, just normal things that we go through in our 20s, trying to find ourselves. Who are we? What's my identity outside of gender? Just who am I? What am I going to stand for? What's the mark I'm going to leave on this world? Things like that. And so when my dad passed about 3 years and a month ago, I kind of feel like that's when it really elucidated for me and crystallized who I am and what I want to stand for and who I want to be. And so I feel secure in who I am now. I have a fulfilling life. I have a cat, Oliver, which I love.
We love cats. I love cats. Tim likes cats.
I am a single lady. I just wanted to put that out. So you're
a single cat lady.
More attracted to women. So any single ladies out there, but yeah, I am. I'm happy. I really am happy. So.
I think this is a scandal that conservatives probably should bring up more often, highlighting the problems here. And so with limited respect to Leo Baker, this is time.com. Talking about Leo Baker, born female, one of the top female athletes, writing for a company of all female athletes. And it says that around at the age of 19, Baker realized he was trans. That would be 2010. Baker, knowing that they were trans and a man and identifying as a man, went on to compete in all of these top leagues, winning gold in 2016, 2017, bronze in 2018 at the World Championships, the Summer X Games 2014, Norway 2018, 2013, 2006. Well, we'll exclude 2006. But this is an individual who placed and medaled in numerous competitions, knowing and publicly stating now that they were a man competing in the women's division.
And I take umbrage at that, and I take offense at that as a trans woman. You are what you say you are. You choose your identity. As if you follow the science, it makes it very clear. And so she's a man. And so for her to compete in women's sports, in women's sports as a man, that's upsetting to me. I think that's bigoted and inconsiderate of him. And so an apology would be nice for that, because that's not fair to my trans community. I don't appreciate that.
The big deal, this is a story from 2021. And they mentioned that Baker quit the Tokyo Olympics to publicly come out as trans man, using he, him. I think later Leo then said, no, I'm non-binary, I'm not a man, but still goes by he, him, or they, them. The opening line is, oh, my boy, I just am. So this is the issue I see. Whenever it's a female identifying as a man, there's never a question of this person competing against other women. Right? So Leo Baker said, I'm a man, but I'm going to keep competing against women. Okay, well, do we have a standard here? If the argument is that biological males can compete against females because it's a women's league, not a male league, then this must be true for Leo Baker, and Leo Baker should return the prize money, turn in the medals, and admit to cheating.
I think we should see where the science is on that. I think the science is always progressing and evolving, and it's very fluid. And so we should defer to the doctors. And if they say that technically, if she wants to compete in women's sports still, I think we really just need to, defer to the doctors on that. I fully trust the doctors. I really trust the science and what they say. And I think it's very credible. And so I think we should defer to them on very nuanced issues like this.
Yeah, one of the issues I take, too, with the way Wikipedia handles these things is that it says, when you look up somebody, it often doesn't tell you that the person transitioned. So there'll be an individual who was born male and lived as a male for 35 years. Then they'll scrub all references to the individual as a male, and it'll say, she won this, she won that. And that's important because as it pertains to, say, a female who transitions to male, when it says things like, he won the world championships, you're imagining in your mind this, like, if you don't know anything about this person, and you don't know they're trans because they don't include it in the article. This I'm not speaking of Leo Baker because it does say transgender, but there are pages where it will not explain to you that this athlete was born female, won the female championships. When they scrub all references to gender and it says he won the world championships, you're assuming a guy who won.
It's almost Orwellian. You think about the book 1984. It's almost an Orwellian world that we're living in, where there's doublespeak and things are the opposite of what they actually are. And sometimes I feel like we're living in George Orwell's 1984. But I did Google the actress that was in Juno that has now become a man. I am forgetting her name at this
Elliot
time.
Page.
Elliot Page, but very confusing going on there because Wikipedia, I mean, if you just read it, and they keep saying they, which is proper, but it at times can be confusing even to a law school educated person like me. But yeah, it can be confusing.
So I think this story is actually very sad. If you guys are familiar with it, as Ellen Page, now Elliot Page, I guess in Page's book, I'll just say Page says something to the effect of Page was suicidal, self-harming, and heard a voice telling them to gender transition or whatever. And it was something like that. It was a huge scandal, actually, when this came out, because it's like, here's a person who is suffering from years of abuse in Hollywood, who's having a psychotic break, and is trying to figure out how to remedy this solution. Instead of getting a doctor to help this person, get them away from the abusers, they just said, sterilize yourself.
Yeah, and Elliot Page, it's a whole can of worms, too. Like, how old were they when Juno came out? I think they were like 19 or something.
Oh, I think younger than that.
Was it young? Was she younger than that?
Let me check. When was Juno?
So, I don't know. Hollywood's so weird. Like, Megan Fox has 3 trans kids. There's a lot of other
And
people.
I take offense to that because the statistical probability of you having 3 trans kids is in the trillions. Jordan Peterson pointed that out.
Yeah.
So either she's lying or she's the luckiest woman on earth, depending on how you view it, to have 3 trans kids. But that definitely seems odd, just statistically.
She was in Trailer Park Boys.
Ellen was? I love
Yeah, when she was real young. And so
that was her first
she was
break?
when she was I think her first, it says like when she was 13 she started in the industry. Oh no, younger than that.
See, I think that's part of it too, because it's almost impossible to be a child actor and not have a mental illness, sadly. I mean, it is. I think you get on set and people treat you different, and then
I think she talks about how she was sexually abused.
And that's a big one too. A lot of people that identify as gay were sexually abused in their youth.
The story that I heard, and I'm not saying it's true or anything. It's just this is a component of the press around it, was that Ellen Page had been raped and abused in Hollywood as a child and teenager. And I think Page probably writes about this. And the story goes that Page decided to adopt a male persona as a defense mechanism against being raped by large, disgusting Hollywood men. It's this thing where it's like,
I believe that.
If only I was a guy, this would have never have happened to me. And so, when you see that story where Paige says that there's a voice in her head telling her to do things and she was self-harming, it's kind of like, wow, this individual needed serious help, but didn't get it.